Yo, welcome to Banter Trimz. Another Saturday with the man them.
You don't have
Big
as
up
much
everyone that's
enthusiasm.
here. Big up Cleon, the resident barber.
Hey!
Yo, Mike,
So-
you draw.
He's hot. He's got to take off his
Let's
jacket.
make sure you don't get that in the shop, yeah?
It's 100% got to be in the shot. It makes sense.
It's probably in the shot, man. But where we're gonna start this week is when does someone get to legendary status?
Yeah.
So what happens in, we can say football, we can say music, in a career, what is it that happens where we're like, no, that person's a legend, especially a living legend.
I genuinely feel when someone can drag their team from the dirt and then get your team to win. Then let's say, for example,
So basically, Steven Gerrard.
I was in the
You just described Steven Gerrard.
Who was in the dirt with him, full stop?
Steven G is a legend.
Yeah, but when did he become a legend? That's the question.
What was the moment?
Yeah, what was the moment?
That Champions League final drugs that team. And that's to beat more than one time.
For me, a legend is someone that maintains consistency at a high level.
And also,
And when I mean a high level, I mean above the norm.
and can we add one more thing? They have to have won the Premier League.
That, I think, is a very good point because that's at a high level.
Gerrard didn't win the Premier League.
Oh, we didn't. Can we get close to that?
But what it
Class
is,
him as a legend, no?
No. He didn't win nothing for England. He didn't win no Premier League. He won one Champions League. Or two, sorry. That's it.
I'm just not mentally prepared for them.
my man is on smoke.
So
You lot have put him in legendary status because he's one of your favourite players. Not your favourite player. We know your favourite player.
Experience the best there was
To
and the
be
best
fair,
there
my
ever will be.
literal favourite player of all time is actually Robbie Fowler.
Oh, stop it.
Oi.
Stop, oi. Cut the camera. Let's start again. That's nonsense. That is nonsense.
That was him in his truest
That's
form, bro.
yeah.
So
That
Maradona
celebration.
and
Of top step.
wow. So what about CR7? Can you say it on camera?
No, because I never ever said that. I acknowledge.
Wes, you know you have to put it up. You know you have to pull it up now. You know you have to. Everyone in the group knows what's happened
Just
here.
because you're on a run of finessing, bro, you're not gonna finesse your way. Listen to this one, my friend. Yeah. It is not facts.
when did Ronaldo become a legend?
For me,
At
What was
point?
the moment?
What was the
when-
moment? What season?
for me, I think it's when he literally pulled Portugal in the Euros. I think that's a little.
When he won the Euros with
He had won everything, yeah, and that Portuguese team had no right to win the Euros.
But they
at the
were
time.
they were calling him legend long before that.
No, I get that, but I think you see the thing is with the media and certain kind of supporters, it's very easy to follow what someone else says, isn't it? Because he won the Ballon d'Or a couple of times by then, because he had won the Liga a couple of times by then, they were classing him as a legend. Whereas for me, I think if you're, like I said, you've got to perform at above an elite level, I would even say, consistently. And for me, by then, he had won everything, still showing hunger, still performing at a very high level, and pulled Portugal through that, if that makes sense. So, where for me before, he was a legend in the sense of what, you know, to a certain extent, but I wouldn't have nailed him at that moment as a legend. When I say, and we're talking about a legend across the board, I'm not talking about for United or anything, I'm just talking about Cristiano Ronaldo is a football legend. That's it.
And
He's the best.
in your scenario,
the best.
it happened in 2016
When
they won.
For
the
me,
Euros.
I just thought this guy, there's no one. Well, for me, when you put the records together, what he's done, there's just no one. Like he pulled that, he literally done it by himself. There was no other person. He was there coming off the sidelines, giving instructions, you know, supporting the team in a way that most players, you come off the bench, you're just gonna sit down or you're pissed that you go to the showers or something. He was still on the side. Technically, what he was doing is illegal because he's not even allowed to be at the touchline. Yeah.
That was a moment, bro. I'm telling
Right.
you.
Yeah.
I can't even argue with that.
Okay.
That was a moment, bro. For him to see that, he was out coaching the coach, bro.
Exactly, yeah.
He was mad.
And we all sit here and say when Pogba was in the changing room in the World Cup, you know, he was, but that was in the changing room. Right. We're talking about man on the pitch now. Everyone's eyes are on you now, isn't it? Right. For me, when I saw that, I honestly thought in his head, no one else in the stadium existed. It was just literally him and what was going on in the game, innit? So for me, it kind of took him to another level. Like, rah, this man, it's just different, innit? It's different. He's a different. It's just different.
Okay, so musically now. Yeah. So
Yeah.
from a music standpoint,
Yeah, I think that's a bit.
Biggie and Tupac. When did Biggie become a legend? You guys are a lot older than me. When did Biggie become a legend?
I think it's different with music because music, not to say football isn't, but it's very, like, you can inspire a full generation like that within music, where I think football, you can inspire generations, but it's just a different kind of, it's a different personnel in terms of, like, but supporters are supporters.
I think within hip hop, Biggie was a legend from Ready to Die. But
So his first album.
globally,
I think it's when he died. I think he when he was the
this is
Hypnotized
what I was
album.
about to
Okay.
say. He crossed over with Hypnotized, with Life After Death.
Yeah.
When he went, he was going clear before, like you knew it was coming.
Yeah.
And then his album dropped, and then he had gone clear. I think he would, in hip hop circles, I think he was 30 anyway. But in terms of the world stage, I can remember Hypnotized being on top of the pop.
Yeah.
For a long time. Yeah.
That was
But
mad.
At that time
but
as
is
well.
that not because of his death more than
No,
anything
they were
else?
hyping-
No,
I
Steve's.
remember them hyping
I think
the
Steve's
album
right
in
there.
the lead up to before he even died.
Yeah, but
No,
it
no,
wouldn't have
but
got the
he
numbers.
wouldn't have got
if it-
there
yeah, I
if
think
he
he's
was-
right, he's right.
if he was
But then
still-
that's,
Not like that, you know.
no, I
there-
don't know.
The
I don't know.
artist on the East Coast that was able to compete with West Coast music. He
Yeah,
was certain he was on a map.
I get that, but I see what Steve is saying. I think the eyes of the world with the death and what was going on.
No, but this is my point. You're not wrong to an extent, but I'm just saying, I can remember in the lead up to the release of his album, they were like, pop shows were hyping.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
coming, it's
no,
coming,
it's-
it's coming.
yeah.
Like, artists weren't getting that.
Right,
You
right,
understand? Hip hop artists weren't getting that.
Okay.
It was mad. So don't get me wrong, his unfortunate passing,
Help.
you know, crazy way helps. But
Okay.
they like pop shows were hyping.
Yeah. I think even the industry was changing them because, like you're saying, hip hop was now starting to be a regular thing. Well, that was the beginning of it to be a regular thing.
So we're saying that Biggie, Tupac, they became legend after two, 3 albums.
I would almost
Meanwhile-
say, I get where, I know where you're going to go with this. I would say they were probably legends, but with a probably 50-50 as pioneers as well, because they allowed the door to be constructed and booted open at the same time. So that's where you probably get them the more people saying, "Rah, straight away they're legends after 2-3 albums." Well, Pac had more than 2-3 albums, but I know what you're saying. Recognized
Right.
albums, like in terms of sales and stuff. So I would say probably more pioneers along with the legendary status because what they done in terms of opening doors, really.
All right, so those are 2 dead people. When did Drake become a legend?
Drake is not a legend.
You know what?
Drake is not a legend.
He's not my cup of tea.
Drake has opened doors, but he's not a legend.
He's not my cup of tea, but I don't think he probably is. You know?
I can, yeah, I'm on that stuff.
Yeah,
He's not my
I'm
thing,
on that.
I can't take all the singing stuff. I'm as old as I am.
I'm down for a bit of singing, depending
I'm still a
what
bit
time. I'm
like
down.
Bang, bang, shoot 'em up.
You want to hear the crud?
Or
was
I'm
there.
hearing the crowd,
You want to hear the crud?
or I want to hear something that really, really hits. I
Yeah.
like that middle of the road nonsense kind of thing.
He's doing it for all
But-
types, isn't he?
Yeah.
No, but the way.
I had you down as a bit of a Blazing Squad fan still.
Claim to fame is I stole one of their girls. That's a true story. Other than that, now,
Facts.
I can tell you a blazing story.
Facts.
But,
Them reads, boy.
hey, no, that's not enough. But,
Tell us now, when did
anyway, it's just you got to think the reason I think the power he holds, bro.
Yes,
If he went independent, he would destroy the
Yeah.
music industry, bro.
They won't
And I
allow
think
him to,
That's why
so.
you have to kind of at least consider him
A legend.
Like musically, not for me. I'm a man that I like to listen to Drake on features.
Yeah.
Like he has a tendency to smoke features.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
not listening to a whole Drake album because it's just not. It's not for me.
Don't worry, you're not missed much.
I don't get boring of the singing, the harmonising and everything.
Are we quick
I'm
to
not hearing
name
enough
legend?
I'm not hearing enough gunshot.
So at what point would we say
Yeah.
he reached that status?
when you when you when you turn 02 into 03,
Really?
When he left Rihanna.
Somebody left Rihanna, you know.
Could it be when he kissed Madonna?
Could it be?
The passing of something that was supposed to have happened, chlamydia or something, I don't know, because it weren't fan base.
You see how he holds it? All we were saying at the time was,
Oh my God.
Drake was able, as big a star he was, he could tap into Madonna's fan base with that moment.
Still don't believe that.
That was a moment, innit? That's it, bro.
Oh, the same moment about the Trimz as well, that kind of scenario.
Yeah, there you go.
Going against me again.
There you go.
Again, I'm just pointing that out there.
So another one. What about like Serena Williams?
Massive legend.
Oh, shit, oh.
But when?
But at what
But at
point
what
did
point?
she cross over?
For me, you know what? This was quite earlier on. I think it was the first Wimbledon that she beat
her sister.
her sister. And even her sister, to me, is a legend.
So the thing
because
about it, no, both of them. But the thing
Yeah.
about it, obviously, Venus came out. Venus was doing her thing.
I thought she was going to
But then
dominate for life.
Serena came
Yeah,
out,
it was
and it was
different.
like,
Remember, my man told us.
There's
wait
another
until
one, yeah.
Serena
Yeah,
comes.
yeah.
Who's older? Serena, innit?
Yeah,
No,
No,
Venus.
Venus.
Serena's the younger
I
one.
thought Serena was older.
The thing is, even her, again, all the stuff she's had to go through as a black woman to get into tennis, and like the two of them, like
Yeah.
what they would have gone through.
Well, the movie's out.
Yeah, the movie's
Anyone
out.
watched it?
I've seen some of it.
I ain't
still.
watched it yet.
Yeah, but even so, like what they would have had to gone through at the time era and all of that stuff, you have to. There's not even a discussion. There's not even a debate. You just
No,
look,
it's not
both
even,
of them.
It's not the debate. It's more when did
When did it happen?
that point
Yeah.
happen? At what point did they
For
cross
me,
over to
again,
a
like I
legend?
said, it was the first time she beats her sister. Only reason being her sister was you
Killing
could
it.
see
She was killing it.
dominance, for the next however long. So for me, the rest of them, they were just making up numbers, innit?
So just to go back to football, the reason why obviously Steve came up with this topic is because for me, I'd think people would say Neymar is supposed to be a legend,
Right.
but to
He
me,
hasn't done anything.
No.
what
Who's
is
saying
Neymar?
Neymar?
What
Yeah,
is
what's
Neymar
he-
good at? He doesn't score goals. He doesn't assist. He doesn't score. He doesn't score free kicks.
Yeah, you're being.
Neymar can ball.
Yeah, he's
but
a ball.
He's overhyped.
No.
Remember,
Neymar is a baller.
He was that guy who come over the crop, like, in terms of a crop of players, a generation of players. Brazil thought after the 70s or the early 90s, you would never see a crop like that again. And then they produced Rivaldo,
Ronaldo,
Ronaldinho.
And then after that, no one's that lucky. And then Neymar come and was shelling at international. Yeah.
To be
Shelling.
No,
no,
to be
from an
fair.
international standpoint, yeah. Internationally,
Well, no, I don't agree with that because I think a lot of the international games that he done good on were like lower class opposition. He never went to no. I mean, he had the one good World Cup run where he got injured, and then Brazil lost more or less straight away. And it was close to the latter stages of the but other than that,
the
he's
beating.
never.
But he was Brazil's golden boy.
Yeah, he was it. Yeah,
Was that
but
the
then
one
that's
where
the
Germany
point.
battered them?
Yeah,
7-1, yeah.
But that's the point. That's the difference now, where we're now saying a golden boy can, like, some people get it twisted to turn him into saying he's a legend.
legend,
No,
yeah.
he's not. He's not. There's nothing really legendary that he's done. No numbers, no nothing.
in when he signed for Barcelona in 2013. I was in Barcelona, and they had already had him at a legendary status.
Yeah, that's a
in
joke. That's a
Barcelona.
joke.
That's what I don't understand.
He's been marketed well, even as a kid in Brazil. He's been marketed amazingly. I reiterate, I'm not dissing Neymar. He's a baller, but I wouldn't give him legendary status.
He's gonna be forgotten once his career's done, like, because there's so many people
But
in front
again,
of him.
what-
Rivaldo, we don't even talk about him. He was a madness.
Yeah, Ronaldo
Madness.
was
Greatest
crazy.
active I've ever seen was Rivaldo. I can't remember the team.
A new camp, and he done the overhead kick.
Exactly.
Yeah.
They were struggling to get into the Champions League. They needed to win the game.
Right, left, and over back
And
head.
it was the ball, chipped it into him, a chest hit, and bicycle.
Yeah, bicycle kick. Yeah.
See, I remember Rivaldo more for the antics on the touch on the corner.
You're young. I get it. You're young.
No, I'm
He
saying,
was
no.
madness.
No, no, I've watched him.
No,
but
you
my-
ain't. You ain't.
Rivaldo was
what I'm
mad.
You've
saying.
seen highlights.
No, what do you mean? I've watched him, but I'm saying to you, the
Madness, bro.
The infamy of that situation, similar to Zidane. We can say Zidane is a baller.
So
but
that,
the
madness,
headbutt,
bro.
the headbutt.
Oh,
is
that's what you remember.
Is what?
No. No.
That's GOAT.
See, this is why I say
GOAT.
you're young. If you remember Zidane for the headbutt, it's because you saw the latter stages of his career. You know what I remember Zidane for? The Juventus goal
Yes.
in the final.
Yeah.
And there was one touch he done on the international. The keeper threw it out to, I think it was Barton. And he turned on the touch. Like, there's and he's even got loads of it.
And the free kick against England.
Now,
That
what-
turnaround was mad.
Brazil in France, bro.
He said the final. He said the final.
We're saying we're bringing up moments now that we all are saying straight away come to head. If you're thinking of the headbutt, again,
I'm
that's
saying
Listen,
the
he's the
infamy.
only one that retired, come out and beat Brazil and bring them to the
Yeah.
final.
Again, yeah.
He retired from French football and
Yeah.
come back.
and still that. Yeah, Zidane.
So was that what solidified Zidane as a legend?
Yeah.
Solidified it.
I think before that for me.
People remember the goals that he scored in that final, but if you watch that whole game, he ran that game, bro.
Yeah, yeah.
He was moving
Madly, yeah.
Crazy.
What was that volley he done in the Champions League final?
Yeah.
Yeah, Juventus,
Wasn't it
that's what I'm saying.
Was it Juventus? I thought it
No,
was Real
it's
Madrid.
Leverkusen he scored.
Yeah, it's for Real Madrid, wasn't it?
Oh, no, it was Juventus. The
I think
volley.
it was Juventus, the volley.
That was Real, man.
Oh, I thought it was Real.
Was it Real?
It was Real, wasn't
Oh,
it?
was it?
It's Real Bayern.
Okay.
Oh,
Alright,
okay.
so Usain Bolt. We all know Usain Bolt.
Yeah.
Yeah? Was he a legend in Beijing or in London?
What did he say?
What did you say?
This guy.
Was it in Beijing where he won the first three, or was it in London?
I think it was first three.
Yeah,
First three.
Come on,
He set the.
he's right there.
Yeah, yeah.
Who's that?
Usain
oh,
Bolt.
But
Clean
that's
up.
not where he broke the record.
First one, mate, he was legend. But when
I don't think we were different again.
So not even the third one where.
No, for the first one. For a man to run
Listen.
100 metres and put his hand up.
He broke the mold. Like,
And bust
man, that
record.
two ain't meant to be able to run like that. This is what
Yeah.
this is what we were told.
Yeah.
He's 6 how much, 6'4" or something like that. He's not meant to be able to move like that, according to the scientists.
Yeah, real talk.
In terms of football being legendary status, yeah, you could say, like, for example, say someone like Brentford, yeah, you could class Thomas Frank as their legend because he got them to the Premier League.
Well, the team that beat Arsenal.
Yeah, but to be fair, that's what we said in foot. You know what? When we're looking at this question, it's quite different because I think where you've got an individual sport where you rely on yourself, it's far more easier to get that legendary status than opposed to a team sport because you've got to stand out. You've got to play as a team, but stand out as an
out as well as
individual.
individual,
So it's
yeah.
different. So, for example, Usain Bolt, I actually feel he was down before a legend, before he actually hit that. Because at that time, there was no one talking to him, even him on the come up. He was down as sort of like the next, the big
That
thing.
was like his crowning moment.
Yeah, that was just the kind of authentic moment where you could say now, all right, it's 100% now he's a legend. Whereas in football, it's different. It's a total different path you have to cross and go down. You don't get it as quick. You don't get it. You know, there's a lot more you have to do to put to it. Because we're talking about legend after one set of game with Usain Bolt. But then a footballer, we're talking like career's done more or less. Yeah.
Now, but with Bolt, you've got to remember as well, right? In the lead up to that, he was doing a madness, innit? So Beijing was like his crowning. No, we have got.
Yeah.
This guy, remember, you got to remember, he's the guy that saved athletics, bro.
Yeah.
You understand? So in the lead up, he was getting close to these world records. He was breaking world records. He was doing all this Diamond League stuff and all the other stuff.
Yeah.
And he went Beijing, and the pressure was on him, and he absolutely destroyed it. He got three, innit? He got three. He got
Yeah.
two
Yeah.
and the relay.
Yeah, yeah.
So that was like his official crowning moment, bro, because athletics was on its way out. You know, when people were talking about it, but he might not be in the Olympics no more and stuff like that. Do you understand? And he brought it back, bro.
So he's got delegate, isn't it?
Yeah.
He's got delegate, man. So.
They need drugs in that sport. That's the problem. We need people to start selling. That's the problem. That's the reality of it.
What was the last Olympics again? It was just the other day, wasn't it?
Yeah.
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 Where was it?
Tokyo.
Bro.
But it's in
The
pandemic. man.
Italian guy won the 100 metres, bro. I was like, what the hell's going on? What's going on there? I know, but if he's an American, and he's a runner, you would think he'd race for America. Clearly, he wasn't being good enough.
He ain't-
He won the Olympics.
Yeah.
He ain't the right skin color for that.
But I was like, right, Italy are winning 100-meter gold medals now.
Yeah, that's a joke.
Yeah, that was a weird one, man.
The problem is what I think with athletics.
We're accustomed to America or Jamaica winning it. That's why.
I think the problem is with athletics, especially like the 100 meters. You watch it because you want the record to be broken. It's not always just for the race. It's like, okay, he's close to breaking it. Let's watch him because we want to be there for that moment. That's how I feel. A lot of fans watch it. When you're watching people that are nowhere near any kind of record and they're winning, it's like it's just any other race kind of thing, isn't it? It's not really anything special. That's how I kind of view it. This last Olympics, I didn't even, apart from my girl for Jamaica, I didn't even really watch it.
But I think the thing that we're trying to ask here is, like Kaka, for instance.
Right.
What would you say? Where does
Normal
Kaka
player.
lie?
We forget about Kaka. There's a list of these players. They have their moment in time, but they don't go down as legends.
Yeah, and I feel
I think he's a legend.
Kaka. So when would you say that he hit that legendary status? Then what was it that he did that?
He ran the midfield. He was another one that ran the midfield.
Yeah.
Did he win a World Cup though?
But you know what it is? I just don't think he was at the top for a long period of time.
Yeah.
Like, it's a weird one. I think
can't
after he
remember.
left Madrid, I can't remember the move he made, but it was like, it's almost like,
He went back to AC.
Then he went to America, innit?
Then he went America.
It's almost like the injuries have cut him. Just stopped him, but that kind of makes it questionable.
I honestly think he's overrated.
Also, as well, don't forget whoever your manager is when you're playing for a team determines how well you play it. Because I think he had Mourinho when he was manager in Madrid. Mourinho.
Yeah, well, that's a problem.
Nah, what?
That's a Mourinho's. What are you talking about? Mourinho's defense first.
What's your problem with Mourinho?
I don't have a problem. I'm saying as a player, as Kaka, as an attacking player,
Mourinho was banging goals. He wasn't there. He wasn't. Kaka wasn't with Mourinho. I don't know, but it wasn't because Özil was in the team with Mourinho, and they were scoring goals. Özil, Benzema, Ronaldo, they were all banging goals.
Didn't Ronaldo and Mourinho have a problem? Because
That's more
he
ego.
wasn't-
That's more ego than anything else. I don't think that has nothing to do. They were scoring goals.
I don't think it was ego. He was moaning from what the reports were. Ronaldo was pissed off that they wasn't attacking enough. Real Madrid, they was only winning with like
Is
1 or 2
Ronaldo
goals.
the coach on?
Most times, yes.
Considering who that Real Madrid team was against, Barcelona. You can't. Ronaldo isn't a manager. Ronaldo is a player.
Yeah, but when you're playing on the field and you can see there's opportunities to attack a team, but your manager saying, no, sit in, I want you to stay there, don't
Because
go
he-
nowhere.
he's
And
trying
you're
to
probably
get something
1-0 down and you can see there's opportunity. We're not doing anything because you're telling everyone to sit in.
Look, either we're gonna say a manager is a manager, or a player is a player.
No, we can
There's
say
no
that.
There's no cross contamination, and I think that's the problem.
That's weird because a lot of managers have their captain then. What would you have?
On the field, you're the captain.
Yeah, 9
That's
times
it.
out of 10, the manager might sit down, like, pull the captain aside. Might pull
It
the
was
captain
Mourinho.
aside and speak.
So really quickly, I just want to do an actor quickly. Will Smith. When would we say
When did he become a
he
legend?
reached that status?
After the first Men in Black.
The first one.
What's that?
Didn't he get? He got a Grammy. When did he get the Grammy?
Oh, that was years.
That was years
For
ago.
me,
man.
that's when they were talking about legendary because at the time,
He was a legend from Fresh Prince.
For us or for everybody?
For everyone.
I don't know for
For Fresh
everyone. I think
Prince.
for us, he was.
I think for everyone. I think Fresh Prince was one of those. Fresh Prince, you got to think, is up there with like Friends and that.
Right.
It's just crossed over. Everyone watched Fresh Prince.
Yeah, but after the fact. After the
I
fact.
never.
Not in the first one.
Ruined my point.
Not in the first one. Not in the first one.
No,
I didn't watch it.
listen, if you watch the numbers, Fresh Prince were getting it. Weren't just black people.
It's still
watching
showing
Fresh Prince,
now.
bro.
It's still showing now.
The
It's on,
rerun
what's-
value's
it's on
nuts,
BBC now.
bro.
I think personally, it's when he won the Oscars because not many black men. I don't know why. I'm thinking Iron Legend, but I'm not 100%.
No, it might
No,
have been
Ali's
Ali.
after. You remember he's won a couple. I'm talking the first, you know. I don't think it's the first, the
Iron
Ali.
Legend came out after Ali, though.
Oh, did it?
Yeah.
I'm not 100% sure which
It might
one.
have been Ali.
You'll have to Google it, but I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure Ali he had
Will
won
Smith
by then.
obtained legendary status probably before his movie career kicked off.
Because he was
Just
in.
because of Fresh Prince, bro.
Okay.
I think
What
Fresh
about-
Prince
okay.
gave him the platform, though.
Wait.
It was a very good platform, but I don't think that's where he gained legendary.
Bro,
Hollywood weren't knocking on his door at that.
One saying it opened
Yeah,
the
yeah,
door
I
for
get that,
Hollywood.
yeah.
I remember he was the highest paid actor in Hollywood.
I get that.
You know what I mean?
I get that.
Because he weren't missing, bro.
When did Denzel
And
become a
we-
legend? Wait, because we can argue, because Fresh Prince, yeah, we can argue that. When did Denzel become a legend?
For me, Training Day, but I would say again,
So,
when he won the award.
2004.
I'll say a global award when he won.
The
The
Oscar.
Oscar for Training.
Bro, he should have walked. He should have won all the Oscars, even the female actors.
He did Philadelphia.
He got one. They give him Training Day because everyone knew he got one.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong. he should
Malcolm
have-
X,
that should have been Oscar
Philadelphia.
number 2, bro.
Yeah, true. So, but my point is, when was he solidified as a legend?
For me, the Oscars when he won the Oscar.
So you is all about global recognition.
No. The problem is with that. It's more to the fact of he should have. I mean, he's gone into the Lions Den and walked out with the food when you're winning Oscars. That's how I look at it because they don't want to give Oscars.
To certain man of skin colour.
That's why they didn't give him the Oscar for Malcolm X.
Yeah, I get that. I get, yeah.
The food, exactly. Yeah.
Remember, they almost stopped. Remember, if it weren't for Oprah and a couple
Yeah.
of rich black people,
They would have stopped
like,
the
when they
winning
Coming out, yeah.
Yeah.
Spike Lee had to go to certain rich people and say, "Come on, man, this needs to come out." They tried to stop it, and that's why they didn't give him the Oscar, bro. Because that they couldn't
Control
they
it.
couldn't-
Kind of.
Too much. It was too much.
But I couldn't. I'll be honest with you, I couldn't tell you when he became. For me, he's always been that guy, bro. But I can't think of a pivotal
I
moment.
think where that last sentence is where I'm at because I'm starting to question. Wait, when did a lot of these guys became legends? Like at what point in? Okay, I've been alive for 30 years, but almost I was born and this person's a
knowing,
legend.
yeah,
that
yeah.
person's a legend. But when I just grew up hearing Michael
legends.
Jackson, Whitney Houston. But at what point did these people?
And you said that really quickly.
That's easy.
How you said you become a legend at Thriller.
Thriller, easy.
What was the one before it? Off the Wall.
Off the Wall.
No. Off the Wall was he was on the listen. Thriller at the time, the numbers
Thriller was
was
mad.
a joke.
Off the Wall was the
No. Okay, I know when
know.
Michael Jackson became a legend. The moonwalk.
Soul Train.
Yeah,
Soul Train.
Yeah,
When he
Soul
done the
Train, yeah.
moonwalk,
That was off the wall. That was off
that's when he become a legend.
I don't know. That's that. To
Because
be
you
honest,
can
that's a-
imagine.
I get what you're saying.
You can
though, I
imagine
get
the
what you're
next
saying.
trying to do that.
Oh, easy.
Bro,
Everyone was trying to do that.
Michael Jackson, what was the girl's name?
The young girl.
The young girl to the Oscars, bro.
Oh,
That Brooke
Brooke Shields.
bro.
Yeah,
That was
yeah.
not a thing,
That
bro.
wasn't happening.
It wasn't happening. It was okay, bro. Michael could take her.
Yeah.
The prettiest woman in the world.
And the thing about it's not even just
They
the
knew you
moonwalk,
were
it's
doing
the
that with her,
socks, the glittery thing, the glove. It's the package. And I think with a lot of these people, it's the work that they've done. Like you said, Denzel, you've always seen him like that, but it's because of his work, the work that he produces constantly.
With Denzel, I'm like, what Steven said is correct, bro. I'm like, okay, we're arguing Training Day, Malcolm X. But in my head, I'm thinking, what about like all the Spike Lee films and that he's done? So he's always been hard.
Yeah, but he was already certified hard then, isn't it?
But this is my point. I'm struggling to think
that moment.
At
Yeah.
what point?
when it was, bro.
Like so one of the things that really challenged me was when I really started listening to Jay-Z was Black Album. Now
Black Album?
the Black Album when
Oh,
it was
okay.
I started listening to him. But before then, he was already considered a legend.
Yeah. 100%.
But when we look at the reason, when I listen back to the Reasonable Doubt album, I don't hear that legendary, that romanticism that everyone is talking about. No, there's songs on there that I'm like, yeah. But when I'm listening to it, obviously I'm not listening to it with ears off. That's when it came out, like where you man them probably listened to it when it came out and all the hype around it and everything. I'm listening to it after the fact. So I'm listening to it from raw. There's songs on here that I can throw on my playlist, but the whole album, to say I would listen to the Reasonable Doubt like front to back, I would be like,
You know what it is? It's a timeless classic, and you got to remember the
Yeah.
time when it came out,
Yeah.
what he was saying,
Yeah, yeah,
and what he's
yeah.
gone on to achieve.
right?
That's legendary status,
for
man.
me,
He said,
controversial, maybe. I think for me, it kind of went downhill from the Black album for me.
I mean, I can
think,
agree with
like, all the stuff that went before it, he could do no. He was another artist that was crossing over.
Kingdom Come was a rubbish
You
album.
know what I mean? Yeah, well, yeah.
allow it.
But
I'm just saying.
Allow it.
I think he was able to appease his core audience and in them popping tunes, and again, he'd be on
And get the man, but what it was, he had the idea of to cross over, but still keep the man them knocking their head. Still keep them rocking their head.
All right, last one. Bob Marley. When did Bob Marley become a legend? Because he was dead before I
when
was
he
born.
done the political thing on the stage in Jamaica, I think at that moment.
Bring the two prime ministers together.
Yeah, at that moment. I
So
think.
man had already sing all of these big boy tunes, and it's what?
But
That's-
I think what that moment
87,
means,
right?
I think what that moment meant overshadows all the because it's bigger than the music.
Okay.
But
You know what I'm saying?
brought it
Because
together,
to me,
so, yeah.
I'm a big Michael Jordan fan, but I wish he'd done other stuff differently. Do you know what I'm saying? I wish he came out and was talking about politics and race and stuff like that back then.
Right.
Do you know what I'm saying?
But to be fair, he would have been murdered still.
Of course. But at the same time, he was Michael Jordan. I thought out of everyone, he could have took that risk.
No way. Like when you look at X, X when he murdered, he was probably one of the most hated people, but at the same time famous people. They still got to him.
Bruv, if they're
And
gonna,
these are
if
we're
they, but
talking
if
at
they're
a
gonna
time
come
where
for
they
you,
did not care about
But-
public image.
but if they're gonna come
coming-
for you, they're gonna come for you, bro.
Yeah, but they didn't come for Jordan because Jordan ain't saying nothing. He's just playing basketball and
He
living his
played
life.
because, as me and Roberto say all the time, he
Plays
likes to
by the
play
game.
by the rules.
Yeah, but you're saying you would have preferred him not to. But I'm saying if
I'd
he
have preferred
didn't,
him
he
to
would have
take-
got murdered.
I would have
bro.
preferred him to take a
Those
few more
times
risks.
was not a game.
We wouldn't have got
I'd
all
prefer him
these.
to take a few
We
more
wouldn't have
risks,
got
man.
all these Jordans if Jordan
Yeah.
spoke out.
Yeah, that's exactly it.
Who cares about trainers?
That is
They
true.
do. Everyone
Who
does.
cares about? Yeah, but what I'm saying is, at what Bob Marley did,
Right,
do you know what
right.
I'm saying? If Jordan done something like
But
that,
you have to remember at the time when you're comparing the influence of the two at the time, Jordan, massive. Like, I wouldn't say outweighs, but where he's in America, he's directly
no.
in the belly.
We can say, I mean, he's still got such an influence now.
Yeah, exactly. So if he starts coming out and starts talking about racial equality and stuff like that, he's going to get murdered in America, straight up and down.
But
Yeah,
you have to.
bruv, Malcolm X got at the time. Yeah, he's going to get murdered.
He can say what he wants.
Oh yeah, now because they have to kind of do it slick.
He's not. You know what I mean?
Don't play. He doesn't play. Yeah, he don't play the game.
And on top of that, you might have to as well. Is he as educated as like? Because he went pro more or less straight away from school, innit?
Yeah. All right,
So
so
he
let me
might not
ask.
even be
All right, so really
educated enough
quickly,
to-
because we've got a lot of football to get through.
Yeah.
When the incidents happened with Antoine Ferdinand and John Terry, do we feel that Rio should have done more?
Yes.
If that's your little brother,
Yes.
what's your stance?
Man's getting smacked. If someone.
What? And this is a genuine question. What didn't Rio do?
Nothing. He didn't do
No,
nothing.
I mean in the sense of.
What's he supposed to do?
Yeah,
Let's
yeah,
be
yeah,
honest.
yeah.
He's
He
in the
didn't do
public
anything,
eye.
though.
He's
He
in the
didn't do
But
public
this is the
eye.
question I'm asking.
I don't know.
No, but I'm asking a personal
I know,
question.
I know,
Forget
I get
Rio.
what you-
That's your little brother.
Because you have to think. You're
That's-
going.
no,
if you
Duke,
do something
Duke,
stupid, if you're
that's your
I
little
know,
brother.
I know. Me, I've got a temper, so it's different. But I can understand.
No,
everyone's
but that's
not-
what I'm talking about. Forget Rio. I'm saying you're in Rio's
Yeah, but
position.
even then-
It's your little
He
brother.
didn't
What
do
are you
any-
doing?
He didn't do anything. He could have done something.
I'll probably do something stupid.
He could have done something. He didn't do anything. He didn't
Something
do
like what? Because you have to remember.
anything. A strongly worded statement.
You can get fined
Anything.
for blinking by the FA.
Of
No, I'm
course.
saying a strongly worded something. He didn't do nothing.
Because that's what I'm trying to ask. Because I can't. It's not a diss or dig at Rio. I can't. On one hand, I'm saying what could you have done, but I can't remember anything he did.
He didn't.
So-
He didn't do
Did
anything.
he put out a statement? So I'm asking.
I'd have to check that. He might have put out a statement.
But
Yeah,
it
it might.
was carefully worded, I'm sure. So, like for me, if he did that, there's not much you can do apart from.
I'm not gonna lie. When we play Chelsea, I'm gonna clamp you differently. That I know I'm getting a red card if it's my brother, something like that. But if you start thinking road and you'll go to jail. Let's be honest. That's it.
We're buddies. I'm saying. We're buddies.
Well, yeah, England teammates, innit?
No, I'm
He
not.
can't come on the team,
You can't
bro.
say that. No,
He-
I'm
nah,
my brother. No,
He can't come on the team. Either that or I'm not going on the team.
Oh no, you can come on
It's
the.
that simple.
You can come on the team, but when I see you, it's.
Real?
No,
But it wasn't
Terry,
for
yeah.
that. It wasn't.
Terry.
It
Yeah,
wasn't for that.
he was out for a little while.
Was it for that or
Yeah,
was
yeah,
it for
he
the
got
Wayne Bridge thing?
He got dashed for the
No,
captaincy,
he got-
didn't he? When did the captaincy got dashed off?
I think they took the captaincy away
They
from
took the
him.
captaincy.
They said nah. When we didn't even get picked for €1, bro. They even dashed him.
I swear that was for the Wayne Bridge thing, though.
No one cared about Ryan Bridge.
Nobody cared about Wayne.
No one cared about Rainbridge.
They made a thing of it.
On that side of
Yeah,
things.
they-
Yeah, no, yeah.
That was a mad thing, though.
The only thing they did, they made a tabloid of him not shaking Wayne Bridges' hand.
that's all.
That was it.
Bruv,
Yeah.
that was mad. Man's in your team, you know. Can you imagine this?
No, but why does everyone? That's not surprising.
No, it's not. I'm
It's
not
not
surprised.
like-
It's not surprising, but I'm saying, think about it from that scenario.
Think about it.
Coming in, training every day. What are you gonna do? I'm gonna go buy some trainers and go get the kids. Oh, his wife is free. Like,
Yeah.
oh my gosh, that's mad, bruv.
And then you pay money for her to get an abortion.
It gets like that sometimes.
I'm not gonna lie. I don't understand once you
It
hit
gets
that
like
kind
that
of.
sometimes. It
Oh,
gets like that.
yeah, you know that?
It gets like that
I
sometimes.
pulled that. You mad. It gets like that sometimes.
This guy, terrible guy, bro. Terrible.
You're saying one of the man them in here,
It gets like that sometimes.
you'll be like,
It gets like that sometimes.
you'll be like, listen,
Do you know what's funny?
I'm leaving now. Hold on, you'll be like, I'm leaving now.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. There's 10 of us. Yeah. One of us in here is a trainer. By the odds of, it's a me.
Walking contradiction.
I don't even know what your man is.
He's gonna kill himself. He's gonna kill himself, bro.
I guarantee I'm mad. Yeah?
Not
If
happening.
I ever did that now, I wouldn't even, with England, I can tell you the fact.
Yeah.
You would whoop my ass because I couldn't bring myself to even try and defend
I hear that.
that behavior.
Yeah, that, yeah.
I don't even go. Listen, if I got my best brethren, I don't even go his yard. I follow him. If he's not in, he tells me wait, I wait outside.
Yeah.
I'm not running the risk, bro.
I hear you.
Not running the risk.
I hear you. That there's got to be a different level of
you know what?
I
respect.
don't
You
even
know
want
what?
to be put into that position.
Oh, bruv.
I'm gonna leave this cover because I have stories.
I feel like we need to explore this next
we
week.
should. He's got
I feel
stories.
like next week we need to explore this.
I want to hear what went on in the mountains.
It gets like that.
I feel like Steve's gonna go down the
I'm
dark
telling you, bro. Just come ready. Make some notes in the week, yeah.
It gets like that. It
Make
gets
some
like
notes
that.
in
It
the
gets like
week.
that.
is like that.
It
But
gets
before
like that.
It's
we
starting
go,
to make sense why he's had a divorce now. It makes sense now. We're slowly building it, bro.
before we go fully into the football, we got to speak about the Ballon d'Or, man. Messi wins it again.
Disgusting.
It's a joke now.
Joke thing still.
Disgusting.
They want to make him the most decorated footballer ever. That's what it is, isn't it?
They're painting that already.
And now that he's in France as well, he's definitely their
I
guy.
think Ballon d'Or was losing its status because Messi won.
It, bro, it lost its status a couple like
When they were both monopolizing it,
Yeah, it
lost his.
The last one I think I was happy with was the Modric one.
Yeah.
Yeah. And he deserved it.
Oh,
He was a madness that season still.
yeah. Because Lewandowski...
Obviously,
Was Salah 11th on that list?
yesterday.
On
Yeah, Salah was saying.
Even that's terrible. Like he's got to go down. He's at least 13th. Like mate, 7th. Where are you going?
Innit? We move on.
It's mad. It's like it's just a popularity contest.
yeah.
It don't make no sense, bro. To me, it don't make like Lewandowski should have
Cleaned
Wipe
up.
that, yeah.
And
Wipe that.
on the Prince War alone, that they tried to bump him. They could have done a virtual Ballon d'Or. I don't care what no one says. Yeah, they should have given him
100%.
things last season.
Didn't Messi even come out of a statement saying, that's a
He
joke,
said,
man.
Lewandowski.
Lewandowski and Salah said.
What did you say about Salah?
He said he's going to win it in future.
He didn't say that, but he was playing, man.
FIFA's gonna win.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe. But yeah, I'm
Man's on
not
FIFA.
really interested in that no more. Bro, it's kind of, it's got ridiculous.
It's a joke now, isn't it? But that's why I think things like this is good, because then, as the people, we can say what we think.
Yeah.
Just what I'm saying. Because
If Salah wins it next year, I won't complain.
Oh, 100% not. 100% not.
Mate.
I mean, match of the day.
Mason
show
Mount's
these
got more of a
numbers.
chance than
So
Salah.
they had Salah, Lewandowski, all the top strikers around the world, and he's
Well, Salah's not in there. You said top strikers.
Salah
He's
was
not striker
around
for
there.
first and
I think you're
foremost.
right, Salah's
okay. Top goal scorers.
Okay,
Then.
he's number one right now.
Wait. Okay, so hear me out for a second. Messi winning, right?
Yeah.
And they've said it's because they haven't said, but let's go for argument's sake that Copa America is a big cup.
It is.
It is.
Yes. And he finally, after how many tries, he finally got one.
Yeah.
He finally got it. Isn't that a big enough achievement?
No, it's embarrassing for him. Do you know why? Because he retired like
17 times.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't
He's
matter.
given up
It doesn't
so
matter.
many times.
It doesn't matter.
See other sentences. Read in here.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It doesn't.
Also, can I put
doesn't
in,
matter.
as this Argentina superstar, he's in the bracket of, Pele and all of that. That's what he's supposed to win a World Cup. That Copa de America thing is, in that sense, a small thing. You should have had 2 or 3 of those as a normal, innit? You've only just picked up your first one. So again, I don't feel no.
But you know what? We can kind of give him I think give him a pass. He's won a major in it. But it's just what Michael said is 100% correct.
Every time
He
they
kept
win-
on throwing his toys out the pram and retiring.
When they got spun, he's like,
Because it's emotional.
Using it against me, your guy
Say his name.
on crutches. I'm not saying
Say his name. Say his
Your
name.
guy on crutches was on the sideline.
Tell him, man.
Yeah, but
And let's not forget, Portugal had no right to
Pushing
win.
man over the line, bro.
The Euros is a lot tougher than the
you can't say
Copa.
that.
I think it is
There's
because
10 teams
you're
in
talking
Copa
about.
America. You can't say that.
I believe
All of
it is
them.
because all these players are the elite players that are playing in the European leagues. I feel it's more
And-
elite than the
and-
Copa del
but
Rey,
wait,
whatever it's called.
Copa
Wait.
America.
Let me land.
No, you can't say that,
You've got
man.
to. All right.
No.
Don't worry. You stay there with the
you can't
mountains
say
and the
that.
goats. Hear what I'm
You can't say
saying?
that. You can't
So
say
because of that, Ronaldo's Euro has that extra bit of like vavavoom, so to speak,
It's
because
an iconic moment, bro. The finals is just iconic, bro. If you're into football, no one's forgetting that.
well, there you go.
But I'm saying he's talking from a European standpoint. Copa America, right, is the thing for
over
a
there.
lot of South Americans.
Yeah, I
You
get it.
can't dismiss it.
I didn't dismiss that. I said that.
It's more because we are in a Eurocentric football field.
No, but we know the
Yeah,
levels.
but
We know the
where the half of them play?
exactly.
But they have their top ballers in South America and over
Bruv, their
over
top
here.
ballers get smacked year in, year out in the World Club Championship. Smacked. How many times have they won it in the last 5-6 years? It's always Euro team. Whoever's won the Champions League is smacking them. That's it. They got beat by Liverpool. Weren't he claiming the third?
All right, we'll leave it there. Thank you everyone for coming. We'll be back next week. Remember to like, subscribe, and leave your comments. I'm out of there. Shalom.